See Spot run.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing some spot removal in the command zone with Qoneus, Horizon Splicer, or from Spider-Man, the Spot, Living Portal. This is a card that exiles things from the battlefield and graveyard, and can do it each time it enters. There's another piece of text on there about how you can put this on the bottom of your deck when it dies to return things to hand, but you are never going to be doing that in this deck, because that's much more of a thing you do in Limited. In Brawl, this is just really good removal in the command zone. It's exiling, it's culling your opponent's graveyard, it's like a Vona, but better. And at only 5 mana, this is easy to bring out and blink. You can even combine it with other exile synergies like Qoneus, and of course, all of the various blink cards that happen to be in these colors. And of course, the other good blinkables. Whether you're playing the instant speed blank swords, the things that just blink each turn, this is a fantastic shell for doing all sorts of enter the battlefield shenanigans, and even doubling those shenanigans with cards like Elish Norn. Because you are in both black and white, you have access to removal, to card draw, even to hand attack, and you can do it over and over and over so long as you can just keep blinking. And you can blink every turn if you set it up just right. Or maybe just keep reanimating those cards and casting them again. Why not? Because there's so much graveyard stuff in the meta, this is also a deck that is really well positioned to cut your opponents off. It can't exile lands from the graveyard, it can only hit permanents, but if you go up against a Muldrotha or even a 6, anything that's trying to recast permanents from the graveyard, you can take those out before they even have the chance. So let's take the Spot into the queue and see what we can remove. Tatyova Benthic Druid. Tatyova is going to draw cards and gain life whenever land enters, which means a whole lot of value. I'm probably going to go for a turn 2 Elite Spellbinder using my Dark Ritual and Talisman. I'll go for the Surveil land here. Ooh, Teysa! Actually, I might want to keep this just because I also have Qoneus. That's a heck of a card. Like, if I play this next turn, that's one of those cards that against a Tatyova, unless they can counter one of the spells, will probably win, but I don't want to risk it. I know they're going to be running mana drains and similar spells, and if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. Hey, Geeky Viking, thank you for the sub. All right, Concealed Courtyard. Very cool. I'll use Dark Ritual to generate some extra mana. Use some of that mana on Talisman of Hierarchy. And then straight into Elite Spellbinder, attacking their hand, looking for things that allow them to play additional lands. Oracle's a good one. And then seeing that they have 2 additional extra turn spells. Great. Okay, well, making these cost 2 more does so little against Tatyova because they're gonna ramp. In fact, they're gonna have like 7 mana next turn. Also another elf or elemental. Let's see if it's like a Llanowar elf or something real nasty. Otawara. Oh. I'm surprised they gave up a land for that. Okay, they have 4... I'm gonna hit this Green Warden. Because it lets them replay lands from their graveyard and doubles her landfall ability. Roiling Regrowth. They sacrifice a land and get 2 more. They will be tapped, so they'll have 3 mana and whatever Nissa finds. Next turn, I'm able to get rid of Nissa, though, either by making them sacrifice it or by exiling it. Oh, but of course, they also play a Provisioner, which I'm actually a little more scared of this. This gets them those creatures, but this lets them bank the mana, which is worse. I'm going to play Speedbrood Stalker and see what they think is the problem card. I'm going to say it's Tireless Provisioner. And they're going for the sacrifice your weakest card strategy, which is a good way to say, like, okay, no matter what, I won't be dropping 2 of my strongest cards. I'll be dropping my strongest and my weakest. I love Speedboot Stalker. What a cool card. It's great in Blink. It's great in, well, pretty much all the Golgari stuff, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I will swing in. And I'm gonna restore with my Angel. I'm gonna blink my Speedboot Stalker. It comes back. Guess what I'm hitting? Oracle of Moldiah. Yeah, I see that expropriate. Little Miss Extra Turns over here. Ryan. So they take an extra turn, but their next extra turn card cannot be cast unless they have a legend out, like Tatiova. It's cool that you have that Tatiova out. Because now you don't. I will hit a card from their graveyard. I'll hit Oracle. Those are just going to be gone forever. And we swing it in the air. And across 2 turns, it should be lethal. GG. Ren and 6. Ren and 6 are usually looping strip mines because their plus ability on this Planeswalker can bring back lands from the graveyard to hand. And if you have the ability to put multiple lands into play a turn, you can continue to ramp while you're cutting your opponent off from their mana. Also, Ren and 6 is very good at stopping your opponents from ramping by using the power of, and this is very painful to say, 1 single damage. Whether it's... Excuse me? Whether it's your Birds of Paradise or your Avacyn's Pilgrim, Ren and 6 will kill it. That sure was a turn 1 strip mine, and my cat is sitting next to me screaming. Hi, Scraps. You want to come up? Hi, baby. Leia, I know. That's crazy, girl. My cat wants to be a part of the video because she's really cute. Claim Jumper could be so good for me. All right. I am going to hold here. Yeah, Scraps, do you like strip mine loops? Yeah, I've seen strip mines before when it's like them going first, but they didn't go first. Okay, hey, Ren and 6. You want to bring back that strip mine? Mm-hmm. Go Felia. What a good dog. Hopefully I get another land here. They have to discard. Nice. Okay. I do blink this just for the value of it. Because I get an additional counter on Felia. But now, when they use the strip mine, I can exile it. I have a grave expectations. Can we please ban strip mine from the format? I think it would be good. My deck thankfully has a lot of exiling from graveyard, and some of it is instant speed, not all of it. Okay, so Azusa lets them play lands multiple times a turn. Okay. Now I wait until they target it with Ren and 6. And then we exile up to 3 cards from their graveyard, such as this and that. Very good. Is my cat huge? She's just close to the camera. Isn't she cute, though? Yeah, you're so good, Scraps. Dang, I was hoping for one more land. I will blink Azusa. And then I might exile her and end step using Solitude. I think that's probably good. Maybe I should have done that there just to make Felia bigger. I think Felia's big enough. Okay, that comes back. And I will get rid of it here. Yeah, I guess I could have done that before in Grown Felia. And the thing I'm dropping is Restoration Angel. I have a Blink engine in play. It's the Felia. Good girl. So flirty. It's so cute that she's like, I want to be a part of things. Okay, so Sylvan Scrying. They could still get, like, Dust Bowl, which is really good land destruction if you're ahead. Or a Not Vold Slumber Mound. The thing that makes a troll. And I'm just out here like, one more mana, one more mana, one more mana. Let me jump. Let me hippity hoppity. Straight from the toppity. Claim Jumper is so funny if you're behind on lands, because it's just like, oh, look at that. Okay, they went for Urza's Cave, which just tutors for another land. That feels weird, right? Okay, Dryad lets them play additional lands a turn. Nice. Okay, here we go. Claim Jumper. Yes, please. So we're going to grab Godless Shrine, and they still have more lands than me. So I'm also going to grab Shadowy Backstreet. Now I will, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to blink Claim Jumper. Remember how I said I was really happy to see that card? Can you see why? And oh my goodness, Claim Jumper. Why, yes, I would like another land. How about a Plains? I now have as many lands as them. Strip Mine, Schmidt Mine. Yeah. Perfectly balanced. This is going to draw them a card. Let them put another land in, and their lands will come in untapped. And they leave. Because I exiled their Strip Mine, I scraps, and I have as many lands as they do. Sagan Raider Warlord. This is a super aggro Mardu commander, and they are going to be swinging in with first strikers and double strikers and growing their board as they do. The more that they have, the stronger they get. I will put this Acquisitions Expert into the graveyard because I already know that, like, it's a 1/2. It's not going to do that much. And also, it gives me something to exile with my bones. Emperor of Bones. Escape Tunnel's real cute here. If they had, like, played this later in the game, they can actually make their commander unblockable, and then it gets, like, a huge pump with the double strike. No, they're probably not doing that much of, like, graveyard land stuff. Good girl. You're so flirty. She's missed me. I left to go to Atlanta, and we had a wonderful cat sitter taking care of Scraps, but she felt that she was abandoned for all 4 days that we were gone. Oh, no. I promise you, girl, we didn't abandon you. I know there were fewer people feeding you treats. That's just a travesty, isn't it? Hey, Thalia. This is going to make my blink spells cost more. Recruiter? I hardly know her. I can use Recruiter of the Guard to grab Solitude. And then sit there. I wonder what I'm going to be exiling. It's Sagan. Or Thalia. Probably. Wait, Gastro Raiders. Oh, man! That's another thing that's going to, that's another thing that starts their engines. Okay, cool. Yeah, Thalia can currently be double blocked. This doesn't make me discard anything. I don't have instants or sorceries. Bye, Scraps. She didn't even get a treat. I'm willing to trade away my Emperor of Bones to get rid of one of their first strikers. And also keep them from speed go up. Because when speed gets to maximum, ugh, it's gonna be scary. I'll start by drawing a card off the Spirited Companion. Bark, bark, indeed. Ooh, Overlord of the Baelmerk, let's go. I love this card. I can just bring back Emperor of Bones. This is a board wipe, though, and I have 2 more mana in hand. Let's just grab that. Got a little Gastal Raider. I think I read it out as Gastral before. Like gastrointestinal distress. Hey, you want to trade? No, my puppy! Bird. Alright, yeah, sure, bird. Land. Full cost Solitude. You can make your speed go up, but I'm making it so you have to recast Sagan, and Sagan's not going to be giving that damage buff. I think I'm extremely close to the extreme stabilization that this deck can offer you. This kind of blink deck, if you have some of these pieces out, will just keep producing more value, more removal, sometimes card advantage, blink advantage. It's really nice. So there's another first striker. So if they did have Sagan attacking, they would have been getting like +3/+0. Yeet. Start your engines. Speed of 2. Why did you bolt that in? This makes me uncomfortable. I'm gonna play Qoneus and hit the battlefield raptor, and then from your graveyard, Thalia. I know this has technically a graveyard ability. Don't worry about it. And then I will Bajuka Bog that guy. Doesn't really matter. No attacks. This thing ticks up or down. It's almost a creature. I'll have my spot of coffee with my spot deck. Dang, that's good. Hi, Rahilda. Why'd you bolt that in? Maybe they were expecting me to play something different. Well, whatever it was, I didn't play it. I wonder if it was this. Sure. Lightning bolt! It dies! Oh no! I could actually leave it in the graveyard because of Overlord, but I'll move it back. I can afford 7 mana. Boggs is Bajuked. Mono faces Kakazan is going to deal 1 damage to my face. Speed is 3! I will swing in to gain life. Bing bang. And then play one of my favorite blink engines because it's also a board wipe that's built into a planeswalker. This card is just all around absurd. It's really good. Sup? Enjoy your 2 life. At this point in the game, I should not have more life than them. That means that my deck is winning. We'll see, though, if they have the way out, the way to rebuild their board. Ways to do reanimation would normally be the way to do it, playing cards like Alacia, but they don't have graveyard because I did that. Seven mana in this economy? Yup. Eh. Ooh, giving them both first strike and haste. That's cool. Only 1 creature can attack Eternal Wanderer because whoever designed this planeswalker hates me. All right, speed go up.
I'll defend my allies.
And since speed's going up anyway... Whee! Oh, hey, Speed Brood Stalker. This exiles. This makes you sacrifice. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Audrek. Okay. Eeny, moony, miny, me. I attack you with 2 creatures. I'll exile Recruiter of the Guard. All these triggers happen. This is a creature now. This gets sacrificed. This comes back. We tutor. More destruction? More blink. Exile, exile, exile. Hand attack. Hello again, Sagan. This has Death Touch because they are at max speed, and it's giving everything else First Strike. They're giving this haste. So it will be giving +2/+0, which is not enough to get through that. We chump block over here, and then we continue to remove every single card that they play every single turn. Because we're monsters. Orzhov monsters. GG. The Sarima enters and tutors for a legend. Also crews and can give your tapped legends indestructible, if I remember right. This is a really cool card because it's helping you get legendary creatures of your choosing. A bit of a toolbox in mono white, and then gives you a really good benefit for having mono white legends. We've also had other mono white legends payoffs in recent sets. There was Vina from the Final Fantasy set, and tons of just good white legends, not just from that set, but all of the different sets. There's even one in Spider-Man. We had Aunt May. She's pretty good. There's a couple other mono white legends. There's like the prison ones. All right, let me just steal from you. Okay, Bramaz, Boots, Lost to Legend. That's probably pretty good against them, considering their deck is a legendary deck. So I'll just sit here on Lost to Legend. Got another land. And here comes the Sarima. What do you tutor for? Cloud. All right, that's cool. I'm going to bury their Iron Crag. Listen, I'm saving you clicks. If I don't do this, it's just gonna keep asking, hey, do you want to transform me? How about now? How about now? No, never. You never want to be transformed. I assume they have like a specific kind of like chain of tutors if the first thing they went for was Cloud, but I don't actually know since I haven't played against a Sarima as a commander before. I've played against it in other decks where it's just being used as a tutor, like in the Vol combo deck, because it can get Trailasara. Hi. Do not... No. Okay. Well, I guess it would be a permanent exile. I was thinking like, oh, but no, you don't get a thing. They wouldn't have gotten a thing anyway because of the redirect back into the command zone. Hi, Cloud. What equipment do you get? Protection from black and white? I don't remember what sword that is. No, Lion Sash. Strip mine. I see. Indeed, I do see. I'm gonna play Flicker Wisp, and I'm going to flicker my planes. Yeah, this can hit lands. It's kind of neat. This just got added in one of the anthologies. I think it was an anthology. Was this a bonus sheet or an anthology card? I think it was an anthology because it has its original set symbol. Hey, Cloud. You want to exile cards from my graveyard? Oh, what? You already had the protection from black and white? Fine. Thank you, Loran, for showing up just, like, out of nowhere there. Destroy their sword. That was a really good top deck. Dang, Amy, you're just that good. I really want to build a Cloud deck. This is one of those cards where I kept putting it on polls when the set came out, asking people, hey, do you want to see me brew this card for Final Fantasy? Sorry, this card for Final Fantasy. And it kept getting like 5 or 6 votes in Twitch, but not enough for it to win the vote. So it was like, oh yeah, some people want to see Cloud, but not enough. So with Sword of Light and Shadow, I guess they can bring back little critters. We have enough of them in the queue. I mean, there's a good amount of them. I have this Dark Ritual, so I'll go for Dark Ritual here. I could either go for this, exiling Psychic Cloud, or Sheoldred. Make them sacrifice one of their 2 creatures, unless is that a tithe? It is not a tithe. So which of your creatures do you hit? It's Cloud. Gone forever. Really? You don't want to make him, like, indestructible or nothing? Okay. Lion Sash, taking out another card. Another land getting exiled. Oh, you sure can make Lion Sash hit for more than Sheoldred can block for. They ate the sword. Okay. Pass. I ain't blocking. Ooh, Stormforce Mystic. So this is a Sarima Cloud deck, I guess. It's a Sarima mono white equipment legendaries. Cool. Where's the Buster Sword? Shadow Spear. It's a good card. If I'd gotten a land, I would go for like a Restoration Angel chain. Didn't. That's fine. I wonder if I should have flickered the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, because this makes it come back. Then I would have that available as a chump blocker. They're thinking about it. You can add +4/+4. You can start gaining life given trample. But you know Sheoldred can be blinked once again. I miss my land. Oh, hey, Lam. That's a great card. It's gonna start spitting out Monastery Mentors. Also gives them something else to sacrifice. Whee! So we make them sacrifice a creature. Eeny, meeny, miny, that one. And before they can start doing things with Lam... Well, first, let me attack Ed. I'm going to go for the Sorcery Speed Restoration Angel, targeting my Flicker Wisp, which then comes back and targets Sheoldred. Oh, by the way, you can just kind of like flicker this to flicker that, but this comes back at Sorcery Speed or like at the end of turn, so you can't loop them forever. Or you can't loop them like instant speed forever. There. No creatures, no mentors. They're at 7 cards in graveyard, so I can't flip Shelly. I would like to play my commander. That sounds cool. And I'll get rid of Shadow Spear. And I can also exile something from graveyard, but I'm not going to. Because I want Sheoldred to be closer to flipping. They're also mono white. There is some reanimation in mono white, but not like that much. Am I getting board wiped? Starfall Invocation! I will move my commander to the command zone. And play him again. I can't technically put some of these back into hand. If I am willing to... It's so weird. It's like, if I'm willing to put this back on the bottom of my graveyard, I could get this Sheoldred. Hey, Verilex. Is there a mono white legend from Spider-Man that's reanimation? Yeah, they just played it. This is Anti-Venom or Verilax, the Haven skin. I forgot about that. That's a really cool legend for Sarima. Trying to decide if I want to go for like just blinking first. So many choices. Buffy. And acrobatics. Oh, cool. I exile you. I should be hitting things in their graveyard. Yep. Recruiter, Solitude. Go to combat. Go to the end of turn. These come back again. And from my opponent's graveyard, because now I'm just doing this to, like, take cards out so I don't have to worry about them. And again, with a card from Exile, we'll take... Puppy. No. Ooh, Marauder. More removal. Cerise, Slayer of Fear. They did not gain life, but they did lose their blocker. Boop. He's swinging for lethal. GG. Raphaelos, Llanowar Emissary. This is the little elf that taps for too much mana. I have a bunch of blinks here, some blinkables, but I want removal. Removal acquired. Raphaelos is one of those cards that is ridiculous. It taps for so much mana because it's based on a number of forests you have. So they'll start the game, maybe even playing ramp on turn 1. That's cool. And then Raphaelos. And Raphaelos brings them 1, 2, 7. Yeah. I have another piece of removal, so I am actually going to hit that Burgeoning. This Raphaelos deck, like, they're oftentimes trying to bring out, like, Eldrazi on turn 4. I don't want that. Die. I have a Claim Jumper, though, so, like, them getting a ton of lands out eventually is fine. Why'd you leave that in the graveyard? Hey, why'd you leave that in the graveyard? I wonder if they have a regrowth card, like a Virtue. Virtue of the green one. Virtue of Growth? I like Virtue of the green one. Ah, yeah, Virtue of Strength. That was the card they had. I got the name mostly right. Virtue of the green one. Hi, I'm just looking for more answers. Cackling Observer, hee hee ha ha. Okay, Thorn Mammoth, Crater Hoof, Genesis Wave, and Soul of the Harvest. Of those, Hoof doesn't kill me here. That's just good. In 2 turns, Genesis Wave is what I'm most afraid of. I'm going to hit the Thorn Mammoth. I'll just name Human. Fabled Passage, bringing them up to 7 mana. So, I mean, you go Soul of the Harvest into Elvish Mystic. You could just play Virtue. It's a lot of mana. I'm sorry, they have 8. Right, because they played a land. 8 mana. Elf. At least Operation Continuously Remove Things works pretty well with this as my commander. You've heard me make the joke before, and I can make it again. My commander is spot removal. Out of here, Raphaelos. And then they don't have any non-lands in their graveyard. Nope. I'll swing in for 3. Boop. Rafellos returns. They draw a card. Don't you want to attack? I would never have reanimation. Except for the reanimation I haven't... Oh, yeah! Get stabbed, idiots! Rafellos met a tragic end. Stabbed by a crocodile. Yeah, people in chat just like chanting. Stab, 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 stab. Swinging with both of these. Would you care to trade? No? Okay, enjoy your stab wound. They're down to 11 life. Hmm, 6 mana. Want to play Rafellos again? No. Ice Till Explorer, which will allow them to replay this fabled passage over and over and over. Twice a turn! Why aren't you doing it? How insidious, this fungus. I'm gonna keep doing these draws because these draws are gonna help me get to lands to keep doing, nasty business. Ooh, nasty business! Speedboot Stalker! Eeny, meeny, miny, Ice Till. Up. And I'm swinging in. Boop, boop. They could block and sacrifice this insidious fungus. And they still take quite a bit of damage. Oh yeah, Druid. Are you Druid? You are. That's cool. I don't have counter spells. I don't even know what to do with them if I did. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for the grief here, just to try to cut them off from potential scary spells. But I'm honestly like 8 mana. The kind of scary spells they'd be casting are like the Crater Hoofs, the Nissas, Vorinclex. But I already have a fully built board, and mono green, not good at board wipes. They can kill all flyers. I have 2 flyers. But like the Eldrazi they can cast at this mana value, not what I'm scared of. Ah, the One Ring, huh? Okay, you bought yourself a turn. Also gives protection, so I cannot target them with a grief. Hey, 6. Oh, you're so sweet, 6. All 6 of ya. How much mana do they have? 6, 7, 8, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 9. Hold up, who's in your graveyard? Ice Till! Wait. Okay, Bones. I'm trying to think if I have like a way to kill my own crocodile here to do something cute. Not yet. But I can play a ton of lands and get silly with it. GG. Tamio, Inquisitive Student. Typically a mono blue oops all counterspells deck, and I'm not a fan of this card. I'm not a fan of oops all counterspells in general. I don't have ways to really get rid of her right away, but at least I have the Edict to get rid of her, and Emperor of Bones to just represent a threat. The reason I really don't like this card is, well, many reasons, but one of the big ones is that it is a 1-mana planeswalker. It is very easy to flip this card. Drawing cards is something you already want to do, and she does help enable her own ability. Oh boy, Metallic Rebuke. A counterspell. But the fact that she flips over at 1 mana into something that ticks up to 4 loyalty and prevents damage dealt to her, that to me is the problem. Like, oh, it's not just that she is a planeswalker. She's extremely high loyalty, and let's say I have 5 like 1/1 tokens out. That's a really big board. Or maybe even like a bunch of 1/1s and some 2/2s. It's early in the game. It doesn't matter because they don't deal enough damage to actually kill her. Okay, great. I was able to get rid of her there. I'll swing in for 2. They sure did not replay Tamio. I'm going to try to go for Elite Spellbinder. If I can see the spells they have in their hand, it'll be harder for them to counter everything I have. Okay, Memory Lapse. They're going to put that on top of my deck. I didn't play a land first, so it possibly looked like they were cutting me off from lands. They weren't. But I don't have double black yet, which... okay. A Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, you can flip Tamio on turn 1. Chrome Mox or Mox Amber. Tamio, Brainstorm. Okay, they have drawn a bunch of cards. Great. Too many cards. They have to discard. I'm going to, again, look at their hand. What do you got? Uh-huh. I actually don't mind these that much since I'm enter the battlefield based. Rift. There's the look, there's the Brainstorm. I'm going to hit Tatiova. They don't have counter spells here, which I'm actually like pretty happy about. They used 2 of them up. And they can do the tricksy like, oh, Tamio, you target her with removal. I flip her over with Brainstorm. Yeah, that's cool. My plan is actually Claim Jumper. Oh, they're flipping her right now? I was gonna Claim Jumper because you have 2 more lands than me. But Solituding her in response is tempting too. Now, I have attackers. They can Rift one of them, but they're enter the battlefield based, so I don't think they'll want to. Okay, great. Bobble. And a medallion to discount her in the future. So I can still, like, hit her for 3. I will be chipping away at her. First things first. No. There we go. Claim Jumper. Hippity hoppity. I need more property. I'll grab Godless Shrine. It enters tapped. And then I'll grab Shadowy Backstreet. Also enters tapped. Hey, what's up? Don't worry about it. I think I have enough lands now. Put that away. I will name Human. And then sacrifice a Planeswalker of your choice. Bye, Tim Tam. That's the Tim Tam slam. That's when you kill her. Play her again, I'll kill her again. Play her again, kill her again. Play her again, exile her. My deck is all spot removal. It's right there in the commander. Spot. He's spot removal. It was Wizards of the Coast making a joke. It's pretty funny. Spot being the, like, in-universe name. Hi, Tamio. Welcome back. Yeah, it's Spot. He's removal. Always be lol and thank you for the sub. Oh no, it's a legitimate business bunny. It's so cute though. Oh yeah, you got to see what was on top of my deck. It's thing that kills Tamio. Remember how they had the Cyclonic Rift? Cyclonic Rift is actually not that good against us because our deck is all into the battlefield stuff. It can still like slow me down, but it does mean that like if they were to do it, I get to see their hand again or exile their permanents again or kill their stuff or maybe even ramp. You guys like my business bunny? I think I will try to go for the lethal here. So I'm going to use my commander. He's uncounterable. I named Human. Thank you. Put that bauble out of their graveyard. Tail's End. Okay. I'm happy with them having to use a Tail's End on that. Swinging with all these guys. Aetherize? I don't care. They die anyway. That was me trying to, like, make sure I'd still have lethal even if they bounced a guy. It worked! GG! Yuri, Master of the Review. Yuri will be sacrificing things to grow and grow and grow, then dying and dealing its damage based on power to any target, usually your opponent's face. The biggest thing that the Yuris often do is use, well, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it, fling effects. They'll use self-destruct, fling, and similar cards to double up on that damage dealt. I will take another land here since I would like 4 lands. I have a lot here. They're an Epicure, gives them 2 sacrificables, a land, or sorry, not a land, a token and a creature. Do I think I'd be using Pardon Gust next turn? Nope. Yeah, Thud. They could use Thud. I guess I'm just sitting and chilling. This Saw in Half is so cute. It's kind of like a Blink. It's funnier than a Blink. They'll be able to get rid of pretty much anything that, like, I target with removal by sacrificing it. Yep, we take the damage. Great. I'm going to play Lorraine and smash that Goblin Bombardment before they sacrifice any critters. They could sacrifice this in response to kill Lorraine, which is probably a good way to stop me from blinking it. Oh, actually, they're going to have a tragic slip. Lorraine falls after slipping on a banana peel. Oh, no. That's okay. It happens to all of us. We don't usually die when it happens. Somebody's asking if this is like Commander. It's kind of like Commander. It is a Commander-like format. It is a format with commanders. It's a different meta, though. A very, very different pattern to play. It's much closer to Dual Commander, but it has, like, digital-only cards and not as many cards. All right. I will have you sacrifice a card. Now, you have 2 different creatures, and one of them wants things to be sacrificed. So they're going to sacrifice Voldaran Epicure. I'm helping them. They can also sacrifice Prismatic Vista and the Blood Token to get Yuri all the way up to 3 power. That's going to stop me from wanting to block Yuri, since I would be trading or worse. Hey, Shieldred. Oh, man, I want to saw in half my crab. Oh, wait, they're giving somebody haste. A Prodigy! Are you a shaman? It is a shaman! So this is going to double trigger. I'm out here like... Zoom. Enhance. Human shaman. This double shaman triggers. So, also wizard triggers. Triggers is good. They're gonna go for the throat. And since they gave this haste, they'll be swinging for 6. Now, they know I have exiling removal in the command zone, so we're going to do exactly that. Removal with exile from the command zone. I'm going to hit Yuri, and then from their graveyard, Goblin Bombardment. They don't have many ways they can bring that back. They're more likely to be able to bring back creatures. I just want to get rid of it anyway. Great. And now have a 4/4. 4/4s is good, even if they die to, you know, go for the throat, Bitter Triumph, Infernal Grasp, a Revolted Tragic Slip, or sorry, Morbid. Blood-Soaked Champ. That'll be a good thing to get out of the graveyard. Yeah, today I learned Yuri is the shaman. Ooh, Chthonian Nightmare! Maybe I should be hitting those creatures. They'll be able to juggle creatures with Chthonian Nightmare, repeatedly sacrificing them and bringing them back. Oh, which is especially good for something like Bloodghast. So they put it in the graveyard, they bring it back out with a land, they sacrifice it. This is such a good card. They're bringing back out the Epicure. Crab. This will hit something in hand. 50-50 shot. Come on. Chthonian Nightmare. Nope. I hit 3 lands? That's embarrassing. Everything else. Removal. The blood gas. Put it permanently in exile. The nightmare. Nope, 3 lands. Oh god, I wish I were faster with emotes. If I hit them with a lands, am I right? That would have been so good. Alright, so they're gonna sacrifice the blood, get 2 counters onto Yuri. Hello, yes. This is Crab. Wait. They discarded Chthonian Nightmare? That is crazy, dog. I'm going to saw my crab in half. Don't worry about it. Twice the crab, twice the fun. I'm not hitting lands this time. Ooh, Flare of Malice. Hold up. I actually have a response to that. But is it worth doing? Because I can blink the crab, so that kills this instead. Oh, I see. They're going for double the damage on Yuri. Oh, because it doubles that trigger too? Oh, that's so cute. Okay, fine. You get to kill one of these. I don't get to saw my crab in half. Here, I'm going to give you access to more black mana. Get out of here, Parmodic Prodigy. Stop being a good card. And from your graveyard, I'll hit Bloodghast. It's like that or Bloodsoaked Champion. Hi, Warren Soul Trader. Turns the sacrifice into something else sacrificable, since you can sacrifice things to make treasures. Yes, very cool. I will sacrifice nothing. I'll just block. They can sacrifice that. They can replay it if a non-zombie dies, like this Epicure. Eee. That's not very interesting. I'll swing in, though. Do I want to play this? Yeah, why not? It's more mana. More mana, more good. Do I have like twice as much mana as them? They have 5 lands. I have 8 lands and 2 mana rocks, but they do have a treasure. They have the ability to give things haste with the Arena of Glory. They're going to hit me for 4. Bloodsoaked Champ now in play. And they can bring that out multiple times per turn using this weird, like, raid ability. If they had something like a Blood Artist in play, that could get real nasty. Darkstar Banisher is going to hit Warren Soul Trader. Anything else I hit would just get sacrificed in response. It's a bit. Bip. Ooh, maybe they have another sacrifice piece here? Village Rites! They're sacrificing it to draw cards. Okay, cool. I'll attack for 5. They can't block. Boop. It's a little risky, but I'm down. I wonder where my blink engines are. They're busy. Is it time for the taste of haste? Are you a skeleton? Or a zombie? Or anything like that? No, you're just a human warrior. Alright, Mardu dudes. Kalain will make another treasure. And she has haste. You have another creature in hand? No, this is just extra thick Yuri because it's got the buff there. Alright, so if I block here, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this dies, I die. That's fine. We'll attack for 5. And channel. It returns to play. I will exile Yuri. And I will exile Undead Sprinter. Because that can be cast from the graveyard. My blockers remain. Oh, but who needs blockers when there's Lightning Bolt? Yeah, I would do it. Good game, Yuri. Good game. Grist, the Hunger Tide, is going to be doing Golgari sacrifice things, making tiny bugs, and then sacrificing them to destroy my stuff. I have removal, some blinky stuff, and a Bajuka Bog, but I kind of want to make sure I have 3 mana, like not through Dark Ritual. Yeah, I'm going to Mulligan. The Bajuka Bog is nice against them because oftentimes there is some graveyard recursion, since you can actually reanimate Grist using cards like Unearth. She's a creature anywhere except for the battlefield. Alright, it's a very similar hand, but no Dark Ritual, and 3 lands this time. Bloodstained Mire. They're going to be fetching into a Surveil land. They're doing that on my end step. Nice Molt Tender. Like it's an insect druid from the race car set. Because sure, why not? White of the Reliquary, very good at sacrificing the bugs that this makes in order to get them more lands, because that essentially causes Grist to replace the mana spent on it. I'm gonna get rid of that rather than hold the removal for a Grist. Hey Grist! You're so cute. Making a bug. Look, look, look. Play Orzhov Signet because any creature I play, they just -2 and get rid of it. And next turn, I have Vona or Qoneus to get rid of Grist. They both work. Do I want a copy of Grist? That's a good question. Do I want a copy of Grist? Because I can make a copy with Vona. They'll be able to replay Grist next turn and kill whichever one of these I take out, since we know they have more mana. I do want Grist. Which of these do I want to drop? Loran can get rid of Haywire Might. Haywire Might can get rid of this. So I'm going to drop Loran. Now, I have a Grist. Yay! Mine's cuter. Hi, Grist. So Grist is going to sacrifice... Not even the bug token. Okay. Sacrifice Town Greeter to kill Vona. And if they have a land, they'll be able to replay Grist again because they have this Phyrexian Tower. Unless, of course, I were to destroy 2 creatures using the power of a Crocodile. The Stabodile. This is a very unusual blink card. It's kind of like Massacre Worm, but like, it's so rad. Just look at it. It's a crocodile that fills you with stab wounds. It's covered in teeth. This is one of my favorite alchemy cards. This and Speedbrood Stalker. They deserve accolades. Ooh, they're gonna mill, and if they mill a land, they get it in play. They did not mill a land. Ooh, okay. They sacrificed that for Virus Beetle. Fine, I'll get rid of the Grist. But only because I have the Stabodile. How much do you need to crew? 1? Okay, fine. I'm gonna hit Grist and... Esper Origins is a sorcery on the front. I was like, why can't I hit it? Oh yeah. White of the Reliquary. Do not keep it under there. This is a very confusing card. But if you keep it there, you are not going to get it back. Okay, good. They read the card. I had a couple games where I actually cut them from this video, I think, where people were keeping those in exile because they didn't realize that this is something I get to choose. You almost never will want to put the cards back in hand. You could choose to exile one of your own cards and a card from your graveyard, and then when this dies, put them back into your hand. But if you do that, you are putting this into your library, and you're not able to, like, then replacement effect, bring it back, like, into your command zone. You are just getting rid of your commander, and you'd have to, like, tutor for it to bring it back or something like that. Yeah, this is just... You should just read this card as, when it enters, permanently exile a card from your opponent's graveyard and battlefield. Specifically, a non-land permanent card. That is how this is essentially phrased. Aw, Circuit Mender. That's a good bug. Yeah, these insect cards, you're going to notice they've played a bunch of them, can help you get double triggers from Grist's plus ability. What should you use? Are you either of you instant speed? No, you're both at end step. I am going to impending my Overlord. Bloop, 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 bloop. What do we got? Oh, yeah, the Grist. I'll go to combat, swing with both of these. And I could, like, flicker this. Would you like to use your Haywire Might to get rid of my Overlord? Last chance! Last chance! No, I'm actually gonna go for this to get rid of the Head Shredder. Decline. The bird returns. Boop. And... no, opponent's graveyard. Stormweaver. It makes 3 creatures. Hey, look, they're bringing this thing back. All right, Overlord of Baelmerk. Nice. They're getting a mill and then a creature returned. I have been hitting their graveyard. Ooh, Grist. Other Grist. This is baby Grist. Somebody asked earlier about, like, on this, who is Grist? Grist is one of these bugs. In the alt art of this card is the easiest way to see which of the bugs is Grist. But Grist is one bug that's helping command the swarm. Alright, so we got lots of damage in the air. I got this Crocodile. I kind of want another Overlord. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm actually going to drop that Flicker Wisp, because I have a different kind of Flicker Wisp here. I'm going to attack in. Swoop, swoop, swap. I think they don't have to block, but they should block. Okay, they didn't block. Oh, nope. There we go. I will channel in order to blink the Crocodile. It'll come back in end step. It'll stab Birds of Paradise and leave a stab wound on this. Yay, stab him! They can trade their Crawl Harpooner for one of these. Everybody's stabbing everybody here. Okay, so you have a stabbed Saga. You could sacrifice it to Grist to destroy one of these, but like... I've got some pretty nice stuff here. It said I exiled Marauder from the graveyard. Hornet Queen is gonna make a ton of blockers. I will impending this. Bloop, 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 bloop. Flicker Wisp. Flicker this. And stab the rest of them. And eventually swing in for lethal. GG. Teferi Temporal Pilgrim is a card draw commander, mono blue, and going to be getting big tokens and big loyalty. The more cards they can draw, the bigger it gets. My biggest issue here is I don't have white mana until turn 2, but that's fine, because Arcane Signet into Novice Inspector is pretty nice. I also like having removal in the command zone. It's really rad. This is, I would say this deck is most similar to my Vona deck, and second most similar to my Ketramos deck. Ketramos is actually in this deck as well because there's so much exiling, blinkable removal, and Orzhov colors. I got rid of most of the, like, non-feature-based removal, but I had to keep some of it in case, like, my opponent plays an Elesh Norn or steals my Elesh Norn. Jace, huh? I hate it. I'm just gonna get rid of him. I'm making so next turn I can make an uncounterable commander play. Human. And still keep up the blink. The problem is they did not play anything for me to get rid of. So I guess I'm just like chilling on my clue. What's up? Okay, yep, 4 blue. They could certainly try to exile it off the stack. I'm just gonna play it anyway. So normally this is like... You're just using this to remove your opponent's stuff. I could use damage. And I know they're gonna do something rude, I just don't know what it is. If I have enough mana to replay or blink my commander, I may as well. So, yeah, like they're just putting it back into my hand. That's what blue usually does. Yeah, I found that like Orzhov Blink has been pretty sweet. You can also like change up Novice Inspector and similar cards for there's like a kitten that draws cards. I'm trying to remember its name. I have the dog that draws when it enters in this deck. Oh, even if this died, it doesn't go back. You literally only would put the cards back in the hands if you are willing to put your commander on the bottom of your deck, which in Brawl you would almost never do. Doing that, this second line, is something you would do in Constructed or Limited, so you can keep recycling this. Hey, what do you have? Can I have some? Please, thank you. Okay, it's more of this stuff. All right, I'll take your counter spell. One by one, we'll bop this person. Helpful Hunter. Yeah, that's the kitten. Nice. Recruiter of the Guard. I'll start with a swing since my things don't have haste. This is uncounterable because it is human. Human. That's right. A lot of humans in this deck. Pretty nice. Very convenient. Let's grab something that's wee and attacks hands, like Grief. I'm gonna play Grief. Yes, I know I could have scammed Grief there. I'm holding this in case they actually have something. Okay, miscalculation. I guess I should have scammed it. That's a lot of cards to have. My Grief might be gone, but my reanimation isn't. Let's see. Do I want to go for Mr. Bones' Wild Ride? Cackling Observer also hits real good. If they ever start tutoring for, say, extra turn spells, I could be ready for that. Cackling Observer. This will show me exactly what's in their hand. Sup? What do you got? Okay, let's see. Card draw, counterspell, counterspell, bounce, counterspell, counterspell, nullification of abilities. All right, I'll hit the bounce spell. Even though, oh no, my card's getting bounced. Ah, so bad. Okay. You wouldn't drain a mana, would you? A Teferi? Get him, negate that I found on the side of the road. You can miscast it, right? Miscast, miscast, miscast. Oh, wait, I can pay 3. Oh. Miscast, miscast. Actually, I guess I gotta go for Mana Drain. Yeah, Mana Drain your own negate. Mana Drain your own Teferi and just play him again with the new mana. That's the worst play. But it's the play I want them to do. Okay, they counter it. No, they don't. They just let it happen. Okay, cool. Would you like to give one of my creatures a fresh start? They would. That puts them down to 1. Just can't blink this. I'm just doing this while they're under the mana. And since it was an end step, I'm protected from mass bounce. Your Cyclonic Rifted, your River's Rebukes, those things. Hello, Teferi. Would you like to make a token or draw a card? They have a brainstorm, so they can, like, very easily grow the token and put more loyalty on Teferi. I guess if I had waited on that, that could have worked. I just want more cards. Give me. When Observer leaves the battlefield, they won't get to seek. They will not get to seek. Here, I can give them something to scold. You want to scold it? It's okay if you don't want to. Boris, the Spider Rider, or Spider-Man. I want to say this is Ben Reilly. I'm going to say Ben Reilly. There's a lot of Spider-Man. Yeah, Scarlet Spider? Yeah, it's one of those. Hi, welcome to Arena, where Spider-Mans ain't Spider-Mans and spots ain't spots. But there's something. Oh, I'm going to absolutely Swords to Plowshares that. This is a card that's just Pure aggro. For 2 mana, they can bring it out, make it bigger, and try to win off big stompy 3-drops, or 2-drops even if you use web slinging / in web. Oh yeah, chat is confirming that is Scarlet Spider / Ben Riley. Nice. Strip mine. Hey. What's that doing there? It's gonna be like that, is it? Okay. I see how it is. You gotta be juggling that Landward Elf, put it back into your hand. Make a bigger Spider-Man. If Spider-Man would strip mine people, Spot might. They're already bringing it back. Oh, good. Click. Click. Check out your hand. A moose, a witness, and, okay. I'm gonna hit Timeless Witness, just because it seems like they really want to loop things from their graveyard, and I'm super not into it. And I'm gonna leave both of these back as blockers, so they can't recur that as easily for Boris. Like, they could, I don't know, put this back into hand using the Inweb ability. Saddle helps them tap it, but then they wouldn't have enough mana because they don't have that much right now. Okay, well now they do. Okay, if they go for another green source, they'd be able to do it. But I think they might go for a green or red, just to spread things out. Guardian Project! Okay, cool. Would you cut that out? One moment, please. Okay, Choops. Actually wanted to use this here and I forgot to put an upkeep stop. With great land destruction comes great land destructibility. Alright. Wait, we can wait for them attack in? Is that what they're doing? No? Alright, let me see what else we got. Actually, with just one card in hand, I should be hitting them with a Skullcap Spider. Or a Skullcap Snail instead. Alright, they have a Lightning Axe. I'll hit that. Sure. Enjoy your marginally different card in hand. Is it Lightning Bolt? It's Lightning Bolt! You will get a 0-cost card in hand. You do not have 0-cost cards in your deck. Good to know. They did not destroy anything. Oh, yay! I can play my commander even! I'm going for this moose for now. If you're wondering why not, like, the Witness or the Project... I don't expect them to have that much removal that can get rid of this. And that's something that lets them tap on demand to better use the Inweb to return this to hand to bring back the Strip Mine. I'm on to you, Boris! Or Giuseppe. Yeah, I can't exile lands using this. I have other cards that can exile lands, though. I'm getting closer to stabilizing, especially now that I have, the Stabodile! Let's go! Young Necromancer going to go ahead and take some of those lands out of my graveyard, because I'm not using them, to bring back the one, the only Perforator Crocodile. The perfect little guy. I love the Stabigator. Whee! Yeah, this is like a Gruul Blink kind of deck. That's neat. It's not really blinking, but like, you know, returning to hand. ETB value? ETB value sounds right. Rocks! And other things. What is Roxanne gonna do? She's gonna throw a rock at my snail. That's cool. Draws her a card. I will play Orzhov Signet. And I will kill her with a dog. Bark, bark. Swinging in for 11 damage. No, 12 damage. I know how to count. Sometimes. Yeah, a lot of these cards, like, enter the battlefield stuff. Makes sense. Markov Enforcer. It's going to fight and make blood. Ah. Okay, cool. Sure. They made blood. I also can make blood. It's a thing my body knows how to do. GG. Rude of you to strip mine me, though. Very rude. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. This is going to be tried and true Azorius control. Board wipes, counter spells, and a bit of ramp in the middle. Teferi is one of those menace commanders. Now, he doesn't have menace, he just is a menace. And I would say that he is one of the big bad hallmarks of the format. I am going to try to land this Charming Prince. I'm not too worried about, like, Felia. I want to save that for later. And I want to scry, looking for things that can mess with their deck a little more. I'll take that Grave Expectations. Doing, like, Felia and Grave Expectations next turn sounds really good. Yep. We're against a Hellq commander. And I'm pretty sure that, like, matchmaking in general has been kind of all over the place for the last few months. But it gets really strange occasionally where it's like, yeah, you just wait an extra minute in the queue and you end up against that. Ugh. I am actually going to go for the Sorcery Speed Heist here. I know I could be hitting their graveyards, but I have things right here that hit their graveyard. Subtlety, which I would never be able to evoke. Shark Typhoon, which I would never be able to cycle. And Brazen Borrower, which I can only cast one side of. I think I will go for this Brazen Borrower, though. Because I think just like a bounce non-land permanent could be pretty good for me. Ooh, mana leak. Great. There's a good number of like instant speed and exiling things in this deck. So we'll see how much removal they have for all of it. Counterspell. Actual factual counterspell. Great. And I'm going to use this Flicker Wisp to flicker this. I could have also flickered one of my lands to keep up the bounce here. And if you're wondering what am I doing with those two, you've probably heard this called like a Yorion loop before. You have these things that return an end step, which helps make your board not invulnerable to board wipes, but really hard to get rid of with board wipes. So do I want to just keep juggling these two? Or do I want to go for a little more damage here? I'm going to blink their Ristic Study so I don't have to pay a tax. I got ways to restart that here. Ooh, I even have reanimation for that puppy dog. Or exile for this, though this could be a wash away. And I'm actually going to crack this open right now because they could have some stifle effects. If they want to use it, they can. Cool. I'm juggling. Great. I get to get silly with it. Put a land into the graveyard. They're at 5 now. Supreme Verdict! I'm willing to let you pay, like, draw a card. Draw a card now to avoid the draw card later. Yeah. Enjoy your card draw. Now, if they have a wash away, they could actually use this on the Brazen Borrower. I've also gone for this. And decide if I want to exile that Search for Canta while they're at 6. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And also exile a card out of our graveyard. All right, let's go for... Oh, never mind. They have no non-land permanents in grave. Nothing. Yeah, you want to wipe the board? You just used one board wipe. But what about second board wipe? All right, Mystic Sanctuary, they are putting Supreme Verdict back on top of their deck. If they have a cheap card draw spell, they could grab it right here, or they could just use Teferi in either plus or minus, depending on what they want to do. And they untap 2 lands, which means they do have access to counter spell mana. I'm going to go for enough damage to kill Teferi, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 off by 1. So I will direct damage to Teferi here, and I'm not putting another creature into play. I think that if they didn't have 3 mana up, Teleportation Circle would be rad, but, you know, mana up. Hey, you want a board wipe? Ooh, board wipe and play a Rhystic Study? I could go for 3 damage here, or I could set up a reanimation. The reanimation's actually, I think, my pick here, because I can pay the 1. And yes, I will choose to exile Marsh Flats and Grave Expectations in order to grab either Flicker Wisp or Guardian of Ghirapur. They do the same thing here. Guardian of Ghirapur, who is going to blink the Young Necromancer. She will come back, and I am going to choose to exile 2, Felia and Charming Prince. You're seeing exactly what I'm doing here. In order to exile the Young Necromancer. Oof, it's an exile. Well, that's rude. Don't you know that I was hoping you would board wipe so I could just keep looping these? Didn't your mother ever tell you to let me do crime against you? If I attack them, it's not quite lethal, but again, I really don't want to cast spells against them. Even with the crime crab. Okay, that makes me feel like they have, no, like, instant speed kill spells in hand. They go to 3. So, Teferi, what you want to do? You've board wiped me 3 times. I think they're losing it. Because that's a memory deluge. Look at the top cards of their library. Put some of them into hand. And with 4 mana left, Aetherives, Settle the Wreckage. There are cards that could take out multiple attackers. Even just 2 cheap kill spells. I'm gonna go for it. Manland. Land man. Do it before we declare attackers. They can't hit a land! Which means we hit for 3 damage. And end the game. Bye, Teferi. Wish I never had to see that commander ever again in my life. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As expected, Spot did work, and it really is a lot like Vona. I've actually played a Vona commander and a Ketramos commander as Ketramos Blink, and this deck is somewhere in between the two of them, but with even more blinking. I actually really like some of the new Warp cards, and I considered putting more of them in here. I really like All Fate Stalker because you can do it multiple times, or even blink it so you can do it multiple times in one turn. You've even got these cards that are they're all around great. Whether it's like Young Necromancer with all the fetch lands, repeatedly reanimating things, or doing the double blink, or saving all of your cards, or just destroying your opponent's things, destroying their creatures. It's really good. I would even consider going down on some of these destroy effects that happen to be at the 5 mana slot because you don't need them. When Spot is your commander, or Qoneus, I don't know how to pronounce it. I tried a few during the video. The Horizon Splicer, Spot. Well, when you have this card, you always have access to good, fairly, repeatable removal, especially if you're running cards like Reanimate and that Young Necromancer I pointed to. I will absolutely recommend this deck if you enjoy the Blink archetype. If you're looking for the deck, you can find it in the description of the video, and I will be coming out with a bunch more videos, both Spider-Man and non-Spider-Man cards, in the next few weeks. I'll also be traveling for a few days, so if you see a lull in videos, that's just because I had to go to a place and record a thing, but I will be back and making even more commanders. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.